Minnesota is amazing.
Minnesota's wonderful.
Minnesota is the home of solidarity. We have a long history of standing up for and with our neighbors. We're not afraid to be the first to do something. We're not afraid to be the first to try something hard.
We are a rich community of traditions. We are a rich community of culture.
We've spent a lot of time raising the floor and raising the standard. We need to have good protection for those laws. So for us, it's not just about passing these policies that are really good, it's about how are we using the policies to continue to build power, to get folks fighting for their rights.
When there is a bully, you have to stand up.
It's really about how are we finding justice together and how are we building something stronger for the future.
We've just had a horrendous number of years here, and it has been unbelievable, the things that have happened and the things we've seen. But I think because of the ties that we have within our community with labor and community organizations and faith organizations and just everyday people who live in neighborhoods, I think we're stronger and better for the future.
Every union in our state has been impacted by the presence of ICE and border control. I feel like I am hearing people talk about solidarity who maybe have never talked about solidarity before. There are so many Minnesotans who have stepped so far outside of what they would have been comfortable doing even 6 months ago, because people know, like, if we're not doing something now, then when would we ever?
Neighbors, grandmas, grandpas, people who have not been together before outside of the labor movement are now meeting each other and meeting their neighbors and making sure that to the best of our ability we can help keep people safe and get them the resources that they need. I can't think of a time where I have felt more proud of being a Minnesotan and being in the state, and proud of labor and how we have quickly pulled together. The work that we did in the past has paid off because we haven't had to step as far. As hard as everything has been, and watching all the terrible things that have happened to people and children and communities, there is a strength in having people show up and a feeling of solidarity where you feel that strength together, and it gives you a snapshot of joy because you know that people still care about each other. And I think that's what we have to hold on to, that we are there for each other and that we will not let anybody step on us.
No matter who is in office, Meme shows up for immigrant neighbors.
We have a long history in this state, we have a long history in this community, and the one thing that remains true is we are continuing to overcome whatever we can overcome together.
The convention being in Minneapolis, Minnesota this year does allow for people to really explore what's been happening here. I hope that if people are seeing what we're doing here and it makes sense to them, that they're figuring out how they're organizing within their own union network or family and friendship network or within their own local communities.
What a place for the labor movement to show up, right? I mean, this is the heart. This is the place where it should be right now. We can stand up and say to all of our union siblings that, look, the work can be done and we can do what's right by working people and families, and don't ever say never, because we did it.
I hope this convention is a transformative moment for folks to think about how they can holistically bring organizing and solidarity, both in joy and out of necessity, back to their own communities, because we need truth tellers in every corner of this country. We need truth tellers throughout the entire movement about what's at stake, and I invite everyone who's here to be one of those truth tellers back in your own home communities.